Now at 5, a rapid response team gearing up in Santa Clara in the event coronavirus makes its way into the Bay Area.
Right now on KPIX 5 and streaming on CBSN Bay Area, preparing for a worst-case scenario on the coronavirus. Good evening, I'm Alan Martin.
And I'm Veronica De La Cruz. KPIX 5's Devin Fehely is live for us at Mineta San Jose Airport with a plan to prevent any kind of outbreak. Devin?
Yeah, sometimes in an outbreak like this, misinformation and fear can spread as quickly and as widely as the illness itself. So I want to be abundantly clear on this point. Santa Clara County health officials say right now they have zero reported cases of coronavirus in this area, but they are nonetheless preparing so that they're ready the moment that changes.
If someone has symptoms and they have traveled or been in China in the last 14 days, then they would want to call their healthcare provider and talk it through.
The Public Health Department has formed 2 quick response teams in case the coronavirus pops up in Northern California and are urging patients who fear that they may be sick to call the doctor or 911 first before simply showing up at the emergency room.
What we have done is assembled a team just to handle calls from healthcare providers who have patients of concern that they want to discuss.
As the outbreak worsens, federal officials are warning against any non-essential travel to China. United Airlines has suspended 24 flights between the U.S. and Beijing, Hong Kong, and Shanghai between February 1st and 8th, citing a, quote, significant decline in demand. And for Silicon Valley companies with business in China, the wheels of commerce have slowed significantly.
We cannot take for granted that our citizens are safe and that our economy is immune from this global epidemic.
The CDC has expanded health screenings to checkpoints at 20 airports and border crossings, where the warnings have sunk in for passengers.
I'll take all precautions. I'll wear a face mask on the airplane and use sanitizers on my hand and hope for the best.
I feel a little bit more safe having it. I know it's not 100%, but I think it would be unwise not to take any precaution I can.
So public health officials are really concerned about secondary infections if any cases do pop up. So their best advice, call your doctor. Do not simply rush out to the ER, because they say that if you are right and you are sick, you could potentially spread that illness to anyone that you come into contact with. In San Jose, Devin Fehely, KPIX 5.
Well, here's the latest on the coronavirus. The number of dead in China now stands at 132. The number of cases is also growing rapidly, with more than 5,900 reported so far, and the outbreak is impacting at least 17 countries.
Some confusion today about a flight headed to SFO that was listed as coming from Wuhan, China. These passengers on board a China Southern flight touched down at SFO this morning wearing masks. This flight normally stops in Wuhan, but an airport spokesman tells us the flight bypassed Wuhan and just flew nonstop to Guangzhou. That city is not under travel restrictions. But another flight from Wuhan will be arriving in Southern California tomorrow. The State Department has chartered a flight to evacuate about 230 diplomats and U.S. citizens, especially those at greatest risk. It will land at the Ontario International Airport in San Bernardino County, and the airport is not taking any chances. Physicians will be on that flight, and all passengers will be screened and monitored.